Good morning, Saturday morning vinyasa. So for me, I'm going to choose to sit on a block with my legs crossed. So place the block wherever you are, place it under your sitting bones. And if you even like another block under one or two knees and you have that, go ahead. So that the knees drop open, the hips drop open. Place your hands on top of your thighs, palms up or down. Depending on you want to receive, I'm going to open my palms and say, happy birthday to Lori, so I can send her the energy. And then breathe into the spaces all the way to the top of your head. Just start to settle into the breath, start to notice and recognize the breath moving through the body, how it moves without really commenting on it. Notice. And then let the breath go. So taking a few moments just to calm down, come from the outside, come to inside, come to your little six-foot piece of real estate. Gaze down towards the tip of your nose. Fill up completely belly, ribs, and chest. And as you empty out completely, draw the navel point back towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor muscles up and in. As you inhale, release that. They're called bandhas. Inhale, extend, expand. And exhale, empty and draw in and up. So there's a little contraction in the lower abdominal region. Pelvic floor lifts. A couple rounds just like that. Hello, kitty cat. So continue following your own breath. And if you imagine the breath moving from the very base of your spine, spiraling upward to the very top of your head and out, bringing the energy out into the universe and enveloping you with peace and love, warmth, goodness, happiness. And as you follow the breath visually in your mind's eye, and as you notice the breath starting to wake up your body, maybe you feel some tingling through your fingers, toes, and some energy just moving. That's all it is moving energy. Set an intention for yourself today. Whether that's a personal intention, a mantra, or you want to send it out to somewhere or to the universe. Continue your breathing, continue your following the breath with your gaze, but bring your hands to your heart center to seal the energy, to seal the thought, to seal the intention. Allow your chin to tuck lightly, lengthening out the neck, the cervical spine, dropping the shoulders. And then taking the hands to prayer, touching the thumbs to your third eye. Inhale, lift your head up, bring your arms up overhead. Hook your thumbs one way or the other, spread your fingers. Reach out of your waistline. Drop your hips down into the earth of the block. And then rotate over to your right side. So keep length and keep pressing your hips down and open. And then release the hands, right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of your thigh. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to your center. Reach the arms up. Switch the hook of your thumbs if you can think about it. Lengthen out of your ribs. Drop your hips down and turn to your left side. Find as much of the movement as you can to the left side and then release your hands, one on the outside, one behind. Use them both to give you both length and depth into the twist. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Touch your palms together. And release the hands in front of you and fold forward. Keep your hips grounded onto whatever they're grounded on. If you're in Virasana, you can still do this. So if your legs are behind you, you can still fold. It'll be more like a child's pose, supported or lifted. Find a little bit more space to move into. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then begin to walk your hands back underneath you. So if you're sitting cross-legged, just come up and shake out the legs. If you're sitting in virasana, you can just come out of it for a moment and then repeat it. So one more time, bring the arms up overhead, touch the palms together, and reach your arms out in front of you. So just notice the difference in which leg is in front, where you feel it in the back hip, and how much more space you might have on one side than the other. Keep breathing. Keep walking your hands forward, hips back. Try not to cause any tension anywhere. Just let the breath move slowly through the body. And from wherever you are, roll yourself up. So if you're on your, with your knees back, you're going to just come forward, move the blocks off to the side, and then come back to your hands and knees position, patting your knees if you need to, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, hips and shoulders width apart. First start just to wag your tail side to side, pulling your left hip to your left shoulder, right hip to your right shoulder. And so it's more like a swaying through the hip, like you're doing the hula. And then circle it. More like you're doing a money dance. Okay, keep going. And then reverse it. And then come back to center, cat and cow, arch your back. Exhale, round and curl. And you can make some more movements through the body. And then finally, if you'd like to put the two movements together, cat and cow, into some dancing lion circles, moving around the waistline, hips, back, knees, wrists, elbows, shoulders, fingers, toes. And then if you're going in one direction, go in the other. And then let's make our way back to our neutral position. And everybody find a wide-legged child's pose with the toes touching, the knees as wide as the mat, and the arms as wide as the mat. So a little bit wider through the upper body, and then spread the arms apart like you're pulling the mat from the center. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Inhale, lift your head and walk over to the right side. Left hand on top or longer than right. Look under your left arm and find a little bit more space. So we've done some side stretching already. One more little piece for us, one more breath. Inhale back to center, walk over to the other side. Feel like I could sit in this pose all day long. Good, come on back to center. Bring yourself up to your hands and knees. Keep your toes together and your knees apart as you sit back on your heels or towards your heels. And then bring the arms out in front of you. Wrapping your knees around your triceps, pull your belly into your spine, around your spine. And then inhale, look forward, walk your hands back and bring your knees together. If this is too extreme for your knees, just come into a low forward fold squat. Walk your hands to the right side and just turn your knees towards the left side a little bit so you're not hugging your knee to your tricep. We're not going into side crow just yet anyway. Maybe, maybe not. But bring your knees in opposition to your arms and your torso. So you feel a nice contractions, twisting. Come back to center. Walk around to the other side. So your knees and arms go in opposition to each other. Not the way you would be doing a side crow arm balance. So stretching into the outer left hip here, right side waistline. Come back to center. Hands come to center. Walk your hands so the hands are flat on the floor, and if you were to come forward, your shoulders and elbows would be above your wrists. And then straighten your legs. And then separate the feet as wide as the hands, so about hips width apart. And wherever the hands can stay on the floor, stay there. Keep pressing the hands. It doesn't matter how much your knees have to bend to do this.
Look upward towards your belly button. Push your big toe down and just round your spine. And then maybe the legs will straighten a little bit more, maybe not, who cares? Just let your head go. Keep the weight into the hands, the heel of the hands. And then keeping the arms straight, the legs straightened a little bit, see if you can keep them straight as you look forward. And then exhale, round, just so you're doing cat-cow in this standing Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Now keep the length of your spine, keep the weight towards your heels, and start to walk your hands forward. And keep crawling until you find yourself into a downward facing dog. So you might have to lengthen your legs behind you. You might have to walk the hands a little further. If the heels of the foot don't touch, that's okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Now just kind of like what we did, let the arms stay where they are, but let the hips sway. Not just turning the toes, but let the hips sway off to the side. Like a side plank, but not fully into it. And then come back to center and do the other side. So the hips move down like you're going to dip them all the way to the floor, but we're not. And then come on back to center. Find your downward facing dog. Come on your tippy toes, engage your quadricep muscles in the same muscles we engaged earlier on, the pelvic floor, the belly button. Shift forward to a high plank. Top of a push-up position, look forward. Resist the earth, round the upper back. And then shift a little more forward as you lower your hips. Knees come to the floor, top of the foot comes to the floor. It's like an upward dog with your knees on your floor. Sit back to your heels, tuck your toes underneath you. Inhale, round your back to cat, and exhale to downward facing dog. Sway your hips to the right side, just drop them down a little bit. Inhale, sway your hips to the left side. Exhale, inhale, center. Down dog. High on your toes, shift forward. Lower your hips, lower your knees. Hybrid upward dog, sit back on your heels, tuck your toes. Come to hands and knees, round your back in cat, and then come into your downward facing dog. One more time. Lower your hips or move your hips towards the right side. Inhale and exhale over to the other side. Inhale to the center. Exhale. Let's stay in down dog this time. Breathe in and out. Bend one knee, then the other. Take it slow. And then when you find a little bit more space, lower both heels towards the floor. Biceps by the ears, slightly rotated at the shoulders. Look forward, soften your knees, and take little tippy toes to walk to the top of your mat. When you get there, lower the heels. Separate your feet with two fists in between. Grab opposite elbows, hang your head and body. Shake out your neck, yes, no, and sway a little side to side. Switch the cross of the arms. And then come on back to center. Release your arms. Tuck your chin into your chest. Push firmly into the feet. Round your back and roll up slowly. When you get up, roll your shoulders back and around a couple times. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Then stand up straight. Pressing firmly through the legs. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. And then drop them down. Just up to your ears. Shrug. I don't know. I don't care. Let it go. One more time. And let it go. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up. Exhale, open the arms, fold forward, touch the floor. Sweep your right arm in front of your left arm and round your spine to come up. Gathering the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, left arm in front of right arm. Round up, come on up. Good. And we used to call this gathering flowers in Pilates. Roll up, come all the way up. One more time, bringing the left arm in front. Come on up, stay upright. Open the arms, open the heart.
Exhale, bring the arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down. Lift your chest. Don't lift from your lower back. Lift out of your waistline and then up and over. The stability ball we used yesterday. Breathe your heart open. Lead with your heart and fold down. Soften the knees. Arms away from your back. Send the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Let go of the tension through your neck. And then release your hands to the floor or the blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Good. Step your right foot back. Exhale. Turn your right foot on its side. So the back toes are turning towards the front corner of the mat. Hug your left hip in towards your midline. Send your left knee forward over the ankle, so if the heel is lifting, just move the foot forward. Then come to your fingertips. Firm your back foot down. And then start to bring yourself up, and then stretch the arms up, warrior one. Left leg is forward, hips and shoulders turn forward. Front leg is bent, ribs tucked down underneath you. Think about your right pinky toes pressing down. Release your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, knuckles down, heart lifts. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. And then fold inside your left thigh. Head down, arms up. Just breathe. Hug your left hip towards the midline. One more breath. Now release your hands to the top right corner of your mat. Just reach your arms out and hug your knee in towards you. And then let's walk over to the right side, having both toes turning to the long edge of your mat. You can have a block if you need it nearby. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, fold your body in half. Now send your weight towards the balls of your feet rather than your heels, and allow the top of the head to reach towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands move to your hips, rise up to stand. Shoulders stack on top of your hips, arms out, shoulder height. So arms should be right over your feet. If your feet are too shallow, too short, widen them out so that your hands are right over your legs. Good. Inhale, we're just gonna turn, let's turn to the front leg. So front leg turns forward, bend your left knee, warrior two. Pull the right arm back, left arm forward, gaze to the left side. Sink a little bit lower, let go of the hips. Keep the knee over the ankle, so if you have to, you widen your stance. Pulling the shoulders even, reaching back and forward, inhale. And exhale, right hand comes down, left arm comes up, and we lift up and back for a side reverse warrior pose. Try to stay in your front leg, right? Don't back out of it. Take another breath. Good. Inhale, rise back up, bring the hands to the floor. Spin your hips forward. Keep your right hand on the floor or block. Bring your left hand to your hip. Rotate through the torso. Left arm lifts up, twist. Hug the hips to midline. Lift out of your waistline. Inhale. Good. Exhale, lower your left hand. Look forward. Supported warrior three. Right leg lifts in the air. Maybe you come off the support, but stay low and keep the left leg bent. Breathe in. Good. Take another breath. Exhale, feet together, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, hands to hips or heart, rise up to stand. Exhale, release your arms. So you can have your feet closer together or wider apart depending on your balance, so where you feel, just where you feel stable. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, one finger over, knuckles down, heart lifts. Exhale, forward fold, and let it go. Shift your weight to the balls of your feet. One more breath. Release the hands, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale,
Exhale, left leg steps back, turn on its side. So wide enough that your hips are, just in the positioning that they're not stretching out, and you have a nice basin for yourself. Then hover your fingertips, and then begin to come on up, warrior one. Bend your front knee. Back toes press down. So you don't roll in on the back big toe. Press the pinky toe down. Warrior one, inhale, and exhale. Good, release the arms and bring them behind your back, interlace your fingers. Palms together, knuckles down, same grip you used. Exhale, fold on top or inside of the right leg. Head down, arms up, hips hug towards the midline. Couple of breaths here. Firm your feet. Exhale. Good, then release your hands to the top left corner. Reaching your arms out to the corner, hugging your hip in. And then we're going to walk back around to the left side this time. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Forward fold, exhale, sending the weight into the balls of the feet, head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Place your hands to your hips and rise up to stand. Inhale, arms out, shoulder height. So just check that your hands are over your feet. Turn your right toes to the front. Bend your right knee for warrior two. Pull back with your left arm, pull forward with your right. Inhale and exhale. Settle in. Find the subtle nuances of the pose. Thinking about the back foot being firm, the front foot being firm. Knee over ankle, thigh parallel to the floor. Take a breath. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Find the stretch in the right side. You might have to move the left hip a little bit more forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice side stretch, one more breath. Inhale, come down to the floor, face front. Turn your back foot forward. Left hand stays, right hand to the hip. Twist to the right side. Reach the right arm up. Back leg firm, strong, breathe. Good, look down, hands on floor blocks. Supported warrior three, float your left leg up. Drop your left hip down, look forward, bend your right knee. If you want to balance, take your hands to prayer or not, doesn't matter. Exhale, bring your feet together. Forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms with you. Exhale, prayer to your heart. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, fold this time. Hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back, big warrior one lunge. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down, heart lifts. Exhale, fold on the inside, hands down, arms up, or hands up, arms up, head down. Exhale, hands to the corner, reach, and then spin around to your right side. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your hips or heart, rise up to standing. Open up your arms shoulder height, inhale, left leg turns. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Inhale, reverse that. Exhale. Good. Turn it around now to warrior one. So adjust your back foot. Bend your front knee. Bring your hands to your heart. Hinge forward and spin on your back foot. Take flight to warrior three. You can always go back to the support. And breathe. Lengthen out of your body. 3, 2, now come up, bring your right knee to your chest, balance. Place the feet to the floor, release the arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, turn it on its side.
Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, arms behind your back. Knuckles down, heart lifts. Inhale, fold inside, exhale. Good. Inhale, release your hands to the mat, tap left corner, and then walk it all the way around, wide-legged prasarita. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to heart or hips, come up. Open up the arms, inhale, right leg turns, warrior two, exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Now this time we come back to warrior one. So you probably have to adjust the back foot a little bit. Bring the hands to your heart, hinge forward, spin on your back foot, find some balance, find some stability, and then begin to float your back leg off the floor. Warrior three, for 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the knee up, or not. Foot down, arms down. Good. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, find chair pose. Inhale, exhale, fold, hands to floor blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank, pause. Bend your elbows, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. You can choose to go to your knees and skip the whole thing. And push-ups, we meet in downward dog. Right foot steps to the front of the mat, turn the left foot on its side. Warrior one, come up, inhale. Exhale, take it to the floor. That same breath takes you right through your push-up. If you're skipping the push-up, just meet in downward dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward, arms up, warrior one. Exhale takes you through the push-up. Inhale, when you come back to your upward dog, remember, pause, don't rush through the movements, take some time. Downward dog, don't practice by rote, right? Practice by slow, controlled breaths and presence. Rise onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose, Utkatasana, weight back into your heels. Inhale, rise up, hands to prayer. Arms come by your side. That's called Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. One more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, weight back. Inhale, fold as you exhale, head to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your way back to your high to low planks. You choose how you get there. And you choose if you want your knees down on the floor or just get to down dog. Right leg steps forward, left foot turns on its side. Warrior one, arms up. Chaturanga, hands down. Take your time in your push-up. Take your time in your up dog. And take your time in your down dog. Left foot steps, right foot turns. Warrior one, arms up. Exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Rise on your toes, bend your knees, take yourself to the top of your mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Weight back, stand up, hands to prayer. Keep your hands in prayer. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale, take your torso, lengthen it, rotate to the right side. Hook your left elbow around the outside of the right thigh. And now lift your belly away from your thigh. Sit your weight back into a chair, so the lower you sit, the more level your hips and knees will become. And then press your palms together so you can lift yourself away from your belly, or your belly from your thigh. Breathe in, breathe out. Sink a little bit lower. Stay that low. Inhale, take it to the center, hands to prayer. Then tuck your toes onto the floor. Have a seat on the floor. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. If that's not accessible to you, a strap towel, or hold on somewhere else. And then lift your legs up in the air, open the legs into a little straddle. Doesn't have to be huge. Good, pull your heart center through. Inhale. Exhale, bring your feet together. Open your legs apart. And smile. Bring it in. Bring it out. Bring it in, hold. Breathe, not your breath, just your pose. Now you can bend your knees if you'd like. Let go of the arms. And stay with the bent knee. Or perhaps straight leg for 3, 2. Cross one leg in front of the other. Choose your way back. Vinyasa, or just meet in downward dog. Upward, downward dog, hips up in the air. And breathe. Inhale on your toes. Take yourself to the tops of your mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Let it go. Inhale. Rise up. Bring your arms with you. Now take prayer to the heart. Exhale. Take a breath. Bend your knees. Sit back into your chair. Level out your hips. Inhale, lengthen your torso. Twist right arm outside left thigh. And then drop your seat low enough that you can level your hips and knees. Pressing your tricep onto the outside of the thigh. And twist. Inhale. And exhale. So pull your hips back and towards the left side. One more big breath. Sit a little bit deeper. Keep the depth in the hips and just turn your torso back to the center. And then come onto your toes. Lower your hips. Once again, grab your peace finger grip. This time, just lift the legs straight up in the air. Hold here. Or let go into your chair, into your boat. For 5, 4, listen carefully, 3, 2, 1. Now, lower your arms down. Lower your back down. Bend your right knee in. Lift your head and shoulders up. And switch legs. And switch legs. If you need to put your hands behind your head, go ahead. Keep doing these bicycles for about 5 more rounds. 4. We're taking our time. 3, 2. One more time. Good. Bring both knees to the chest. Hold on under the thighs. Help yourself back up to balancing on your tailbone or sitting bones. Extend your legs up and breathe for 3. Release it. 2, 1. Cross one leg in front of the other. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Upward, if you choose, in between down dog. Inhale on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Empty the breath. Rise up to stand, bring the arms with you in prayer. Hands to your heart center, exhale. Okay. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, right arm underneath, left once or twice. Lift your arms up. Bring the arms down right through the center. And then keep the arms centered but not resting on your chest. So they're still in space, and then bring your fingers a little forward. Bend your knees back into that chair position. And then choose to take your right leg over once, twice, not at all. Put your foot on a block. And then keep your hips squared, and let's not bow over right now. So keep your torso up over your hips. And then imagine that you're pulling your arms and your legs away from each other. Breathe in. Sink a little bit lower with your hips. Good. Sit a little lower and more level in the hips in 3, 2. Come up halfway, release your bind. Right leg comes behind you. Warrior 3. Breathe in, breathe out. Hips are squared. Find length through your fingertips, through your toe tips. Inhale, step your right foot back about 2 to 3 feet. And just adjust it so that your feet are not on tight ropes. Good. Release your arms, take them overhead. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms behind your back. Grab a hold of your fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, or reverse prayer. Palms together, fingers up towards the top of your head. Inhale for length. Exhale, come about halfway down. Drop the right hip under, left hip forward. Big toe, little toe, ball of the foot. Crown of the head, tailbone back, inhale. And exhale. Find the length, keep the length, and fold over as deep as you can without rounding your back. So just keeping long spine. Maybe that you're only halfway down. And so be it. And then level out your hips. Take another breath. Press firmly through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Good. Release your left, keep your left hand. Release your right arm. Inhale out of your waistline. Exhale, come halfway down. Revolve triangle coming up. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Reach, 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 reach. And then choose to be inside, outside foot shin or on a block. So start with your hips level. Lengthen out of your torso. Turn to your left side. And then the left arm comes up, stacking shoulders. And then again, finding the levelness of the hips, which is really tricky, right? Unless you have somebody in front and behind you, or a mirror in front and behind you. So we feel it with our bodies as best we can. So press the big toe down, breathe in, breathe out. One more breath, everybody. Exhale, fold over your left leg. This time, bend your knee and put your forehead on your knee. And then round your spine. This is a rounded spine. And then if you have access to straightening the legs, straighten it out. Walk your hands forward, touch your palms together, cross your thumbs. Rest on the pinky side of your fingers, biceps by the ears, look upward. Tucking the chin in, roll up slowly. Step your feet together, top of the mat. Release your arms. Settle in for a few moments. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Open your eyes. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, left arm under right once or twice. Lift the arms up and down a little bit. Keep the arms off of your chest, and then level them with your shoulders. Bring your fingers forward a little bit, so you'll feel a pretty big stretch. Bend your knees, chair pose. Left leg over once, twice, or on a block. And then keep your hips level and drop your tailbone down. Good. So draw your knees to the midline. Inhale. And keep your torso up. Sit a little bit lower. Bring the tailbone underneath you. Find your depth. Stay with it. Don't lose your breath. And then rise up. Release your legs only. Oops. And then kick back for warrior three. Good. So I came out of it a little bit, but come back into it for 3, 2, 1. Step your left foot back 2 to 3 feet. Release your arms, take them overhead. Exhale, hands behind your back, fingers wrist, forearms, elbows, or reverse prayer. Inhale. And exhale, come down halfway and find the hips being level. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Fold only to the point where you still maintain a long spine. So your head goes towards your shin rather than towards your knee. And then pull the right hip up and back, left hip down and forward to find the levelness. Inhale, come halfway up, and then all the way up. Right hand stays on your sacrum, left arm comes up, inhale. Reach out of your waistline, exhale, come forward. Stop just halfway, keep the length. Then begin the rotation of the torso. Right hand inside, outside foot, shin or block. Hips come level, head reaches forward, torso turns to the right. Stack your shoulders. And if you want, lift your right arm up in the air. So keep thinking about, are my hips level? How do I keep the length in
the spine and keep the hips level at the same time. Firmly grounding the feet into the earth. Take another big breath. Find a little bit more space. And then come down, fold over your right leg. Bend your right knee, put your forehead on top of the knee. Real simple. And then keep your forehead on the knee, and if you can straighten the leg. If you can't, keep it bent. Walk your hands out in front, switch the thumb cross, biceps by the ears, edge of the pinky fingers on the floor. It's a really rounded position, it's a pretty unique position. Most of us have a long spine in a similar pose. Tuck the chin in and roll through your spine to come up. Step your feet together, top of the mat. Release your hands by your side. Tadasana. Find some stillness. Open your eyes. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Exhale, fold through center. Hands to floor, shins or your blocks. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step, step, high plank, pause. Pause. Good. Downward dog. Shift your weight to your right hand and drop your right knee, or stay with both legs into Vashisthasana. Left foot stacks on top of right foot, or you can lift it, hold it, play with it, take it behind you. Left arm comes overhead. Keep lifting the right side of your hips up. Breathe in, breathe out. Beautiful, guys. One more breath. Good. Rewind, hands to plank. Take a breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shift your weight to your left side. Drop your left knee if you'd like. Right foot stacks on left. Right arm comes up. Bottom side of your body lifts up and in. And then take the arms up overhead. Keep pulling the left side of your hips up. No collapsing. Find that beautiful length for 3, 2, 1. Hands to plank. Choose to take a vinyasa or skip. We meet in downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, now let's come back to our knees. I'm going to just turn my mat. Come back to your knees, take your block, and place your block actually behind you. So sit on your heels for a second. Take a block in any height. I'm going to turn it this way, highest height, in line with my tailbone. All right. Come up onto your knees. So where the block goes, you'll determine that in a little bit. Shoulders over hips, top of the foot, shin down. Place your hands on your hips and have your hips level. Good. Now fingers behind you, either direction. Squeeze the elbows in together. Use your hands like support, right? As if it were a block or a ball. And then just lift your heart up. Lift your eye gaze up and squeeze your elbows together. Push your hips forward a little bit without collapsing into your lower back. So your hand is to remind you, your hands are to remind you, not to let your lower back collapse. So lift them up like the ball is supporting you. And then take your right hand off, right arm up. Follow it around and find the block behind you in between your 2 feet. And then turn your shoulder hips forward, push your hips forward, and then perhaps take your left arm up, flip the arm back. So you're in a supported camel, pushing your hips forward, pushing your shins down. Breathe in, breathe out. And then come back up slowly. Sit on your heels. If the block is there, sit on the block. I'm going to sit on the block, just because it feels nice. Rise back up onto your hands and knees, or your knees and shins. Hands back on your back. Good. Inhale, lift your heart.
When you can, take your left hand, hold it onto the block. So the block is in between your two legs. And then turn your shoulder hip forward and push your hips forward. Take your right arm up. This is optional. Spin it back behind you. Lift, lift, lift. Keep pushing the hips forward. And then slowly bring it back. Have a seat. So now we're going to do both legs, both arms. And you can choose, come back up onto your shins. You can choose to have your hands both on the block, or perhaps you want to reach for your heels. You might have your toes tucked under, or they may be just flat on the floor. So hands on your back. I'll take this off since it fell off. All right, fingers pointing up or down, squeeze the elbows together. So start all in the same direction, or the same things we've been doing. And then lift up and back, and then you decide, do you want to grab a hold of the block with two hands, which will be a little funky, or can you reach for your feet? Once you get either, push your hips forward again, and then lift the heart. Some of you will drop the head back. Inhale, the hands back to your heart or hips. Rise up. Excuse me. Have a seat on the floor or the block. And just place one hand on top of the other. Good. Open your eyes. Take a breath. Release the block if you're sitting on it. Move it off to the side. Come down to the floor. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Move yourself so that you are going to be on the mat when you come down. I'm going to grab a little water. Inhale. Bend your, well, let's keep our legs out straight for a second. Lift the flesh away from you. Sit up nice and tall, hands by your thighs. Lift yourself up and straighten your legs and turn the toes up to the sky. Pull the knees up and press the thighs down, really energizing through the legs. Bend your right knee. Line it up with your sitting bones so you have a fist in between your inner foot and thigh so you're not directly on top of it. And then just grab a hold of your right shin. Bring your left leg nice and strong. Stay with this, or take your right hand behind you. Hold on to the thigh. Some of you might take your arm outside the thigh and twist. Breathe in, breathe out, find depth. Legs are active. Inhale to center. Just do a little counter twist. And then bring your right foot on the inside of your thigh. You can touch it. Turn towards your left leg, bring the arms up, inhale. Hinge forward and fold over. If you can grab a hold, great. If you have more space, use a block, use a strap towel if you have less space. Take a breath and release the breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, rise up. Release your legs, shake it out. And switch legs. Keep the right leg active. Bring the left leg heel in line with the sitting bone. Fist in between your foot and your inner thigh. And then sit up, hug yourself in nice and tall. So hugging onto your leg is going to help you lengthen the spine. Stay with the height. Maybe the right hand stays on the inside or in front of. And some of you might take a bind outside. Find the breath, inhale. Come back to center, exhale, and counter twist. Come back to center. Bend your left foot inside of your right thigh. Turn yourself to the right leg. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold, hold on wherever you can, use the strap towel. Relax the left shoulder down. Lengthen out of your hips and fold. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale with a halfway lift. And rise up. Release your left leg. Stretch it out, shake it out. Walk yourself towards the middle front of the mat. Sit up tall, Dandasana once again. Then release your arms out, inhale. Bring your chin to your chest, exhale, round your spine. And slowly articulate your spine to the floor. 1 vertebrae at a time. Hug your knees to your chest. Arms open, hips move right, knees fall left. Inhale through center to the other side. Inhale to the center. Hug your knees in, round and curl, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. And then lay down, shake out your legs in front of you. Stretch your arms over your head. Reach all the way in opposition from your center, both sides. Right arm, right leg, left leg. Reach everything long, long, long. Take a big breath in. On your exhaling breath, let your arms come down by your side. Let your palms face up. And take anything you need for your final few moments of Shavasana. If you need to cover yourself or get your cats and dogs in order. Breathe in and breathe out. Empty your mind, empty your body. Find stillness, find peace. If you can stay longer, just turn off the sound, the video, and stay in your Shavasana. And begin to bring yourself back. Start to deepen your breath. Start to bring your awareness back. Moving your fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Finding small movements through the body. Bring your knees to your chest. yourself onto either side. Come to a seated position, bring your hands together at your heart center. Bowing to yourselves, and then to each other. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace to all. Namaste, Satnam. Go in peace. Everybody have a wonderful day, weekend. Till I see you again. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy, and say happy birthday to Lori.